Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXC Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. This is it. Yes, this is the absolute shockwave I need the rest of the world to be feeling when our Jamaican athletes take to the track. And over the weekend at the Central Hurdles meeting, yeah, we left the world tilted like this. And I'm absolutely here for it. No, we had the men come out over the 60 meters, the women come out in the 60 meters, and they definitely gave a good account of themselves, even the juniors, right? And we're going to talk about our one Gary card in another video, right? But for sure, we saw excellent performances over the weekend. So it's safe to say that MVP is going to be launching something special onto the world in 2025. Yeah, man, them the round they are cook. And to be specific, Stephen Francis run their stew. He must stew up some chicken right now. He must stew up properly. And I can't wait to have a taste of what exactly he will be dropping on the world because I'm expecting something absolutely special given how well the athletes have opened their accounts for 2025. But interestingly, not only did we see the named athletes come out and deliver, but we saw surprises. We saw in the men's 60 meters, Nishion Ebanks. Who is Nishion Ebanks? Track is, I have no idea. I had no idea going into this race who Nishion Ebanks is. Y'all know I never lie about these things. I never know who Nishion Ebanks is, but I know now. I know now for sure, and I'm here for the kind of competition that I saw him, or the type of race execution that I saw from him over the weekend that led to him running a personal best just behind Kishan Thompson that men's 60 meters, dropping at 6.54 seconds into the same negative 2.1 meters per second wind. So MVP as stewards me say, and it look like say we have a few secret weapons that may come out for sure in 2025, and I'm absolutely here for it. You know what, it's kind of surprising, or it's kind of interesting, coming on the heels of MVP winning that iconic award at the RJR Gleaner Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year award ceremony, right? They won the iconic award for the club that has been able to deliver the most medals globally for Team Jamaica. And I remember when they were reading, they were comparing it to countries, and I said, well, clearly based on the fact that they're comparing it to how much medals countries have received over the years at championships, it clearly says that they're the number one leading club as far as I'm concerned. So MVP in 2025 is showing y'all why they won that iconic award. Out to deliver some more show-stopping performances from athletes that we virtually knew nothing about. I mean, look at Kishan Thompson. We never really know nothing about Kishan, and look at him now. You know what I mean? So Nishion Ebanks comes to the fore. He drops that 6.54 seconds. Did a little check to see where is he coming from? Apparently very technical, right? As I said, don't recall seeing him racing as a junior. As a matter of fact, I went back to look if how much he competed at champs, right? I'm not really getting an indication that he was competing at champs that much. I think I saw him over the 200 at champs. Y'all can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, if he competed in more events at champs, but didn't see that there. No, he's 24 years old, but for sure I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen going forward from Nishion Ebanks. I have to say, ever since Kishan has come to the fore, I've been noticing this, vibe of motivation from the male athletes. So the female them ever ready when it comes to MVP, right? But I've been noticing this motivation from, the other athletes that they want to join Kishan on the world stage. They want to be as good as he is, or even better. I remember reading an article that was done on Rowan Watson last season as well, and he was like, he's just completely motivated when he sees Kishan. He just wants to go and run really fast. So I'm looking at Nishion Ebanks. Even the style is giving Kishan a little bit. Not gonna lie, the style is definitely giving Kishan. So I'm like, I love the type of energy and the vibe that I'm getting from Camp MVP, and it looks as though the men are putting in some work, and now they are getting some results. And what will these results lead to? It's left to be seen, because let's just throw this out there. So as I said, he was second, right, in that 60 meters to Kishan, who ran a 6.48. But Behind him was the 2023 100-meter national champion, Rohan Watson, right? So, Rohan Watson, a man that has dropped in 9.91 seconds, was behind Nishion Ebanks, right? So, that's what, you have to, compare to as things stand going forward as it relates to potentially could Nishion Ebanks be a sub 10 man in 2025? Right now, his personal best stands at 10.332, but I MVP this. So now think about that time then. Don't think about that time. We know that Steve Francis around there can just wave his magic wand and go tush. Well, it's not that easy, guys. Clearly, athletes have to put in work, but he knows what he's doing. He's definitely the guru, right? So I'm interested to see how that will go. I will note though that, given how the MVP athletes execute the race, I took specific notice that he was up quicker out of his drive phase than a Shane Thompson, than a Rohan Watson. So potentially, when you get up too quick out of your drive phase, that will definitely affect the full 100. So I'm not sure what the 100 will look like when we get there, to a proper outdoor season. But for now, his 60 is looking amazing. And someone posed that question online. And I have to put it here as well. Them ask, so what gonna happen for the indoor 60? I say for real, what gonna happen? Because think about it, guys. Right, there's the MVP athletes coming out this soon, and we know for MVP that whenever these athletes come out so early, or whenever new athletes come to the fore as well, the following world indoor, they're there. We saw it from Elaine, we saw it from Sharika. Don't recall if Shelly went to world indoors immediately after she came to the fore in 2008. But that being said, we've seen the MVP athletes, roll out, the following, indoors and compete there. So that's the vibe I'm getting now. All these athletes coming out so early, looking so good so soon, means that they will want to turn up for the World Indoor Championships. And the men's 60 is going to be quite interesting in terms of selecting potentially who will compete for Team Jamaica. Lord of mercy, track is the breeze of blood on my camera. I live in Manchester. It's quite windy and I have my window open. Apologies for the shaking of the camera. But with that being said, track is it's interesting because on one hand you have the world indoor bronze medalist from last year, Akeem Blake, also the Diamond League 100-meter winner. So we can't slight him, none at all. And then of course we have a Kishane that just dropped the fastest time in the world over the 60 in a negative 2.1 meters per second with 6.48, which a lot of people, when they do the conversions using the calculator, it gets you down to, into the 6.3s highs, right? So that's pretty much what he dropped on his first race. Now, outdoors is not indoors. We are left to see what happens when they go indoors, right? But there's a lot of expectations that they'll be able to, compete well there. And of course, as I said, there's a Nishion Ebanks. There's still even a Rohan Watson, right? The times that they dropped so far, we're looking at Nishion Ebanks 6.54. So we start to say, all right, that is giving us a 6.45, maybe mid, right? So, how is the day trader is going to select the men's 60? We just going to look at who run the fastest time and say, all right, you go. At this particular point, given what we're seeing and the interest that the athletes as well hold in the 60 meters, maybe the J3s needs to start looking into actually having a trials for this event, similar to most countries that compete indoors. They have a trials. I know Jamaica tends to just go with who is the fastest, right? If your performance is faster than everybody else's, then you go. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily have a runoff, aka trials, right? To see who is actually the best or can compete the best under pressure, right? So it's going to be interesting to see who is selected. I know for now we haven't seen Akeem Blake yet. He hasn't also indicated his interest in going to the World Indoor Championships, but if he does, I think they're going to have a challenge on their hands in terms of selecting if Nishion, because Nishion very well will be going to the indoor meeting on the 25th. So you all can look out for the updates from TXT Track Time here once that rolls around for sure. So I'm waiting to see what his results are like as the season continues, as they hit up more indoor meetings. But it's food for thought right now. It's an interesting dynamic, and I'm curious to know what will happen. But for now, we have a new man on the scene, a new apparent secret weapon, the MVP cook up slash Steve Francis Ronde stew up, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Were you pleasantly surprised? I know I was. I remember my video, right after the race. I was like, who that on the inside? You know what I mean? So I was definitely excited to see, such a new talent coming to the fore. Let me know your thoughts as usual. Do not forget to like up the video trackies and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.